Welcome to Let's Rant About It, where we have a real conversation about real life topics. It can get a little passionate, but we keep the vibes high with honest opinions. Getting started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randi Rossario, and this is Let's Rant About It, where we have authentic conversations from our point of view. I'm kicking it here with some of my good friends. We got Rico, Hundo, we got Kittie J. Rose, we got Keita Rose, Papi, Chulo, and Supa. Today, we are talking about co-parenting and blended families, and we gonna come in real hot. Okay, you know it, huh? Don't you? You saw? No, don't look that way, bro. I'm talking to you. Recently, you put up a post about not dating single mothers.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Let me clarify. Come on.
All right, so you talked about not dating single mothers. Let's talk about that. Why do you feel that way?
All right, so the specifics matter, right?
Okay.
I said single mothers are like the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 children. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so why not?
Well, for one, that's a lot of life already created, right?
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And think about coming in that situation. You got to deal with, how many baby fathers and how good were you dealing with them before I even came in the picture? Do they still want to kill you? Do they want to kill somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like whoever talked to you, like it's a lot of added pressure. And I was saying for the high value man, like we ain't finna go for all that. You know what I'm saying? You get with a woman with like
And
4,
Kevin,
5.
we trust.
No, but it's from a standpoint of like, when you work so hard, right?
Right.
It's like when women work so hard, you guys have a right to get whatever you want, right? I believe everybody should have standards. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Especially y'all, because y'all pretty much set the standards of men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at what he said because that's how I feel about single fathers 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
In.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the times you see like, oh, if he has a lot of money, it's okay because he's taking care of his kids, but you can't be there physically for all them damn kids.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Goddamn, Nick Cannon.
people love me like, oh, he's
that's
a
the double
dad.
standard, though. That's the double standard.
It is
It's
a double
unfair,
standard.
but it's like that's what it is. Like
You know what's unfortunate to me about that situation? Well, not that situation, but maybe somebody that's in a situation that's, the hood nigga that got 20 kids.
yeah.
Right.
Like, at what point, like, you don't want to sit down with nobody, bro? Like, you don't like none of these bitches.
Or
You don't like none. You don't like you.
But there's a scenario where he does have a main and she's okay with all the baby mamas.
right.
I've seen that happen more than
A lot.
More
There's
than
always
once.
one
A lot.
exclusive baby mama.
Yeah, like
Like,
she's
yeah,
a favorite or
super
something like that.
superior.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
one
so
that
he
just
is
rise
now.
up.
That's usually the second or third baby mama, huh?
Right.
It's usually the second or third when she's a little bit more
He just
understanding.
fucked up.
Oh,
Right.
man.
That was all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
I like
Rico,
exactly what you said, though. I love what you said now, because, some people don't like to hear it come from me, but it is what it is. I'm a big person, like, we have to look at, and I'm always going to say that, patterns. I need to see your patterns. Like, Agreed. out of all these people that you had children by, there's nothing that could have worked. Nothing. And then, like, and this is for a man or a woman, we're coming in, we have to think of the responsibilities, but we also have to think of the relationship that you do have with the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to think of your mental well-being,
Yeah.
how much time you're going to have to invest into the children,
Mhm.
and what does that leave me? And it's not selfish
Right.
to think like that. Like, and then also when we look at it just from, because I'm really big in nuclear dynamics. I wish that I could have made better choices, but I didn't. So I'm one of those people who can say I made bad choices. But having a biological mother, biological father, it makes it easier. So when you don't have the biological mother or the biological family or the biological father in there, you have to consider how those children are going to act to that parent.
Yeah.
And then also difference in personalities and things like that. You're coming in with somebody who didn't have the same life experiences or family experiences as you. Y'all have completely different family dynamics. These children were probably raised with different family dynamics as well. So how are they going to receive their father or their mother? I'm really big on that. I know people want love. I'm big on love. I absolutely understand it. But at one point, you have to look and say, it's okay for somebody else to have standards. It's okay for me not to be a person's option
Yeah.
because of my life. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the offense comes in where I've made mistakes in my past, but I'm no longer that person.
Yeah.
And now I'm being judged
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
my mistakes. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's
Hey,
life,
hey,
right?
listen,
That's life.
some mistakes, like, look, you get arrested one time, or whatever the case is,
Right.
like, I made that mistake. If you got a couple kids, like, yo, this mistake following me for the rest of my life.
It
Yeah.
does.
You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Not
No,
saying the
that's-
kids a mistake,
I mean,
but
I'm about to say, I was
action.
like,
that action, because,
Yeah.
and I always get pushed back on that as well when they say, well, what about if I just got, like, one baby father, but I got all these kids? I'm like,
That'll
how
make a
long you been with that
difference.
person? I'm like, yo, if you've been with a person all those years, you might as well go back to that person, go work it out. Y'all got too much life.
No, fuck
Y'all
that.
might hear a song going on, like,
No,
oh, that's
fuck
me and my
that.
man's song, go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Y'all done did too much in 10 years. I ain't trying to.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You have a lot of children, okay? A lot of them, okay, with the same person, and y'all didn't work out. I'm gonna ask you in that time, what did y'all do to make it work out? Like if you got to 10, 12, 15 something years and had a multitude of children, and you just kept having children over problems instead of actually addressing the problem, I'm going to question that. And if I was coming in, I'm going to look at you and say, okay, well, evidently you don't have the right skills for a relationship because that didn't work out, but yet you kept on trying to resolve problems by having kids. You make bad decisions.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Supa, as a high-value woman, since that's the high-value couch over there. As a high-value woman, would you avoid a man that has 5, 6 kids and things like that, or could a man like that actually catch your attention?
I would avoid a man with 5, 6 baby mamas, not 5, 6 kids.
Okay.
Okay.
I always pay attention to how men talk about their baby mama. It matters. Like if a man is always downing his baby mama, this is a person he's procreated with. So if you always got negative things to say about this woman that had your child for you, and you are supposed to be having a co-parent relationship, it make me side-eye a little bit. You know? And now if you got 5 kids by 2 women, that's fine. I don't mind dealing with 2 women. I don't mind being an example for 5 kids.
Yeah.
But if you got 5 baby mamas, I don't care how much money
She
you
higher
got.
value than I am. That's for sure.
I'm not dealing with 5 baby mamas. I'm not dealing with 5 energies. I just can't deal with it.
I think balancing the energies of the kids be a lot. Like for when JT and I got together, it was you know, our kids was 4 and maybe 8, I think. And it was an adjustment for them to be around me and to you know, feel like, you know, they still had loyalty to their mom and what they like over here too. That was a really big thing for a long time. Like them feeling like if they had fun with me, they were violating their mom. And it was a conversation that her and I ended up having to have. And we had to work through it. I know we got the book now and whatnot, but it was some genuine work. She had to work through her feelings. And it took me to have Chandler. When I had Chan, I'm like, oh, bitch, I get it.
Yeah, that's your baby now.
Oh, yeah, I get
That's
it.
your baby.
Who wants? You don't have kids with somebody usually to not be together.
Exactly.
And you don't want someone else influencing your child possibly more than you. Especially when it's somebody that you might have a history with, that you might have had words with, not liked, and things like that. So I can only imagine how uncomfortable that is.
It's very uncomfortable.
Let's talk about it. Can we get into that from because I'm the bonus mom. Okay. How does that feel from the biological mom side?
It's uncomfortable. That's just what it is. Like you want to respect the woman. Like my son is 14. He about to be 15. And he has a stepmom who's been in his life for about to be 8 years. And he loves her. He loves the ground she walks on. And I don't try to influence it. I don't try to tell him, oh no, like I'm your mom. I don't do that. But you know, in my little corner, I'd be like, well, damn, you really like this bitch. I like her too. Yeah. You know, I love her. I feel like she's amazing. Like she plays a big role in my son's life. So, but it does sometimes be a little uncomfortable when she do things before me. Yeah. You know, when she'll like check on something before I check on it. So sometimes it be a little uncomfortable, but I don't step on her toes. I feel like that's her position. That's her place.
And that's dope that you can see the value in the village on that. Because me and my baby mom, we talked about this last episode where you said you would rather talk to the other woman that's involved. Sure. Mom to mom, that's what I do too. We co-parent. Me and my baby mama co-parents together. Like we create the calendars and the schedules together, and you know, we check in the grades together and stuff like that. And it's been times where it's like I've felt the energy shift a little bit when I might have checked some grades before she might have and said, hey, talk to Dom about this or, you know, whatever. I felt that before too. And I'm like, all right, pull back some, or, you know, all right, let her lead in this situation a little bit. So you're not feeling like it's overbearing or you're overdoing too much and whatnot. But it's really just a consideration thing. Like I really had to learn, like I said, you don't have kids with somebody not to be together. So shoot,
and if it's
I
about
can only
child,
imagine
it
what
shouldn't
that.
matter.
But it don't be about the child. That's
think
be a
so?
power.
A lot of times it don't.
When you have 2 healthy, mature adults that understand that relationships just didn't work out, but we still have to function, that's different.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. Usually it's maybe you cheated on me with her and now you're trying to bring my family this way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's different.
But it's the same situation. Like you still need to think about the child, but then you have all the these years of resentment or anger
and
or bitterness behind it. Some people use that new person to dangle over you know, the biological mother's head. Oh, she's gonna be the mom. Sometimes it's petty and they go
That
deeper
says a
than
lot
that.
about the
man.
guy in the
It
situation.
says a lot
Yeah,
about the man.
when it's so much, when it's like too much toxicness in a situation when it comes to co-parenting,
Yeah.
I look at that man like, get your shit together.
Facts.
Come on, leader. Lead. Come on. Everybody want to talk about that leadership shit until it's actually time to step up and lead in situations like that.
Yeah.
Rico, you are a bonus dad as well, and you have taken over and you lead like a motherfucker in that situation. Can we talk about that?
Well, I mean, another man raised me, right? It's kind of funny how life had a way of repeating itself. I don't believe anything is made by accident. So another man showed me the ropes. Probably came into my life when I was like 9 or 10, and him and my mom split when I was like 17. He had a lot of influence. And to be honest, my mom, he was the one that actually taught me how to love, because my mom was so busy working and everything.
Yeah.
He was the one that told me how to like, calm down. You gotta, how to show love and whatnot. So I feel like everything that he did for me, I want to do for my son, right? Yeah. But now I remember back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, I had went viral for saying I would never date a woman with a child. That was my preference. It's so funny because now I don't like surprises, right?
Yeah.
I kind of actually want you to have a child.
So you can see.
I want to know what kind of mother you are first.
Come on.
I ain't trying to figure this out because if you're not a good parent to our child, I'm gonna find you unattractive, even if you were the most attractive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most women with kids are mature.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
and
wait,
Hold on.
They are.
Yeah.
What
they
happened?
We have to be.
They
Yeah.
are.
No.
You
That's
You said most women with kids are what?
mature.
I thought you said immature. I'm just like, wait a minute, what they do? They be eating the fruit snacks?
Because for one,
I said
that woman
that.
ain't
For sure.
outside all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, especially a woman like
Our
when
priority are our kids.
your first kid. Most women obsessed with their first kid. You know what I'm saying? So they at home, they doing this and that.
Yep.
Like when they get in the 2, 3, 4, 5
Yeah,
range, they
especially
might
in
be
their 30s.
comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With going outside and all that stuff. You know
I
what
can
I'm saying?
attest to that because I had Jamila when I was 17.
Yeah.
So I can attest to that. Like it was immediately going to school for nursing. It was no in and out, no play, going to club. I missed all of that. And it was like, I have a baby. Now it's no more being that child. You have to be a mother.
Exactly.
A lot of learned experiences. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I am the way that I am now. It's like I had to be this way because she couldn't see me all out in the streets and stuff and doing all that stuff. No, she had to see somebody who had some type of structure in a home.
That's
Right.
Absolutely.
But we gotta go on the flip side.
What's
Like,
that?
'cause I'm from the tri-state. Right? There's a lot of bad mothers out there.
I was.
Like we're not gonna just say. Yeah, there's a lot of them that they mother is raising that child and they still outside.
Most definitely.
And the problem that I have is when the dude meets a woman outside who's leaving her child inside, right? Often, right? I'm big on being very present, maybe overly present in my kid's life because I don't want to miss a single second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But of course, you need a break. But and so do women. But when I see a woman that's outside all the time, every weekend, you don't need that many breaks.
That woman is looking for a daddy.
Yeah.
That woman is looking for a man.
But why but why are we meeting in the club? That's not the place to meet no daddy.
No,
like,
but
you feel what I'm saying?
So let me speak to what you were saying about most women with children.
Yeah.
They do mature more rapidly. That is true. Women know that they're supposed to be a mother.
Yeah.
They may refuse to do it. They may reject the idea. They may have resentment towards themselves or the father, but they know it is in us to know that we have to be here for our children. There are some people who are just selfish and they're upset that they made the mistakes that they made. They're upset at the way that life turned out. They're upset that the man is able to have more freedom and they chase that. And then some of them have lost themselves in a process of being a mother or in a process of carrying a child. And they're looking to find themselves. And that's the mistakes that we see when we see those people who are roaming outside and they have children. You're trying to run from your responsibilities.
Right.
But you know as a mother what you're supposed to do.
And I seen that. And I seen that early on, right? So it's like when I met my wife, she had a child, and I had a child, right? So and they both was 4. So
Oh, y'all got ghetto twins.
pretty much.
That's perfect.
And it was to the point where it's like, yo, I'm out every weekend. I was the one that was out in the streets.
You was being a thought.
Yeah, heavy. You know
Leaving the
what
shop
I'm
with her.
saying? You feel me? That was her first weekend out. Like, nah, we shutting this down. No more going out for both. But it was one of those situations where it's like the same thing with the blended families. Like a lot of y'all super mature.
Yeah.
I had to grow into that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I came in, his father wasn't even in the picture.
Yeah.
Last conversation was, yo, if I'm gotta watch my own kid, you gotta pay me child support. So, you know, for like for 4-5 years, he only known me.
Yeah.
I earned the right for him to call me father.
Absolutely.
Didn't push that on him.
Absolutely.
He did that because of my presence and
Yeah.
everything I did. And then you want to try to come back in the picture. That's when I had a problem. You know what I'm saying? I had to grow up, get some maturity by myself, but we had a lot of conversations and it wasn't healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm swinging power around. Like, man, I've been, you ain't finna come in this picture and now you finna show them this type of lifestyle after we done got here.
Right.
But I can understand that though, because it's like you do what you need to do to raise your kids properly and you're trying to protect them ultimately. Because it's like, I don't want somebody that's gonna be a rotating door. Like you're gonna be here or you're not. But also you're not gonna be a bad influence. We doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing with these kids.
Right.
We're breaking those generational curses. We're teaching them independence. We're teaching them how to make money outside of that traditional in a box type of way. We're, you know, laying the foundation so they have the understand life and understand religion and whatnot. Nigga, you're not about to come in here and ruin all that.
But that's the privilege of the biological parent. And I think you said that when we first had a pod, you said that you'd rather the biological father be just out the picture so that you could run your household the way you needed to.
He did say that.
And I felt like a lot of people might have heard that and thought like that's selfish, but I understood where you were coming from. It's easier.
My thing is I can't negotiate with what I feel I'm responsible for. So, and I like right now, I'm his football coach, I'm his basketball coach, I'm his baseball coach. I do his homework with him. I pick him up from school. I drop him home at school.
You're his father.
Yeah, that's my kid. More your kid.
You're doing your job.
But you know, it's so funny because, and that's why I wanted to actually ask you because I still have an issue where I don't, like, he asked me, he's like, can I call you dad, right? And I was like, if that's what you want, but I'm not going to require it.
Okay.
Because as a biological parent, I feel he could be 25 or 22, and then his dad could come into his life, and now all of a sudden that's his dad. You know what I'm saying? And
Are you trying to protect yourself, low key?
No. I'm trying. No, not me. I'm just trying to say, like, I don't want to make it feel like I don't want to rob the fact that right now I think his father ain't shit, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want to. If his father does find a way to change and do whatever it is required
but he'll
for
remember
him.
that. Yeah. And anybody that you can pump sperm and whoever become a dad, but it take a real man, a sperm donor. But it take a man to be a father, and I think he's gonna know that. That's why I tell everybody don't spend so much time trying to tell the kid what your daddy ain't doing or what your mom ain't doing because
they're gonna
grow up and
every
see that.
Yeah.
Well, that was my point of view. I'm like, man, this nigga, you see what we got? You see how we got? Niggas standing in TP over here. But you know, that's things that that's the things that I wanted to say. I'm telling him, I'm gonna express him like, but I'm like, yo, over time he gonna see what you. And now he like.
Dad, I'm saying here.
I mean, can we have a pool party? Can we do this and that? Like this?
And that be hurt the biological parent. It's like a blow.
Would you let the biological dad come over to the house and
Hell
spend time with the
What?
kids?
This is crazy.
Hell no, 8 acres are private. You hear me? You stand outside. Look, that's why I set everything up. Like, yo, if the baby mama and baby father, if they ain't acting right, when they get married, you know this private property right here, right? You know you can't come to the wedding, right?
Okay.
If they ain't acting right.
If they ain't acting right.
But if they acting right, okay, let's set the scene. Let's say everybody. Let's say
I can't do it.
we love a boundary. She love a boundary.
Come
Let's
on.
say everybody's in a great space, everyone is healthy, and your kid says, "Hey, Dad, I want to have a pool party for my birthday, and I want all of my parents to be there."
I'm cool on.
But everything is healthy.
Oh, his
And everything
birthday?
is
Everything healthy?
Everything's healthy.
Hell no. What you mean, nah, you still say outside. I said marriage. Marriage is a different thing. I mean, they gonna be older. I'm gonna be older. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody be older in this situation.
I can respect your boundaries on that. I really can. I really can respect your boundaries on that because let me tell you something. I do think that sometimes when it comes to this conversation of co-parenting and blended families, we deal a lot with fake positivity. These people will say, oh, co-parent and co-parent and co-parent and still be on Facebook making sub posts about each other, talking shit and whatnot.
Especially if they come and see how you living.
Oh, baby.
Like, y'all got it together. Y'all got it this and that. That's what we could have had. Now you got those conversations coming into play.
Now I gotta go on your shit.
You feel me? I don't want to. That's why I'm like, yo, I'd rather stay away.
He said that's what we could have had.
I keep my words minimal because I already know from the outside and in, especially if you was the one who got done wrong in the situation.
Yes.
When you didn't break up the bond.
Yeah.
When they broke up the bond and they see how you living now, that's why I keep my words to a minimum because I know what you want.
Yeah.
I know what you miss.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to feed into that at all. So you're going to get minimal words from me. You ain't
That's
gonna
real.
get, oh, my life is this and that. Nah. How's everything going? Cool.
Right.
I can understand, healthy boundaries and communication and whatnot, but it does feel weird when they broke up, but the biological parents are like extremely close.
Oh yeah,
Like
we ain't doing that.
best friends.
That's weird.
That's
That's
it
crazy.
it
Just
didn't
be
work out in the
together.
relationship, but we're just really close. He can call me
Yeah.
anytime, and I think you spoke on that. Like, hold on,
And they got mad, and I'm gonna speak on it again.
Let's do it
And
again.
again and again. I'm gonna speak on it again.
because there needs to be
Babe,
boundaries, right?
Look, this is my thing. People look and think that they're setting boundaries to change behaviors in other people. You setting that boundary with yourself.
Right.
And even with your relationship, if something that you're doing makes you feel off-put or something like that, and you know that it could be disrespecting your partner
Right.
or your relationship, that is an internal message that you need to set a boundary
Yeah.
with that
Yeah.
person. That's an internal
Even
message.
if y'all best friends.
Yeah, so
you ain't best friends when I'm in
it
your
ain't no best friend, baby. The relationship didn't work, the friendship didn't work, none of that work. All we
didn't
gonna do
work.
is take care of these kids. You're not
Facts.
about to be calling me whenever you want to call me. You're not
Yeah.
about to be telling me about your
Pulling up.
problems. Don't be talking to me
Do
about
y'all
none
got
of
the type
that.
of family like I got? The one that
we
keep
ain't
the
doing
ex
that.
around?
Fuck no.
Wait,
No.
what? Wait, what?
No.
But that's
See,
the type. That's
See,
what
the
I'm
ones
talking about.
that keep the ex around be like, well, they was in your life for a
Wait,
year.
pause.
no.
Pause. Hold on.
Agreed.
So
Like,
what
you ain't inviting them.
what you're saying is you and your person broke up, and your family still invite the ex to come over and stuff.
No, that's just
Certain events they pop up. I had to
Fuck.
voice myself.
Yeah.
At first I wasn't trying to. I was like, come
No.
on, man, y'all know how to
Oh,
paint the picture for
no.
me. But then it's like, all right, now this disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this person ever
Yeah.
again. I don't
Yeah.
care how cool y'all is.
Yeah.
Hang out when y'all on y'all off time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
Right.
invite them to your birthday party if you invite me. Don't
Right.
invite them to nothing with your kids. I
If-
don't care
if
if this
I'm
person
there.
got kids. That person don't exist when
Yeah.
I'm around. I can't even see that person.
Yeah. No,
so now you making my
I
person
see-
I
feel
feel
well.
that.
I feel that. No, I feel that 100%. Because
I'ma
don't
come
you?
in and ask what you doing here.
I'm going to fuck the whole energy up. Musty
Definitely.
energy
And you gonna
everywhere.
feel it.
You gonna
Yeah.
feel
You
it.
gonna feel it.
And
You
I
you
think-
agree?
That most definitely. Why is your ex bitch here?
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
your family? Why your sister inviting her? Why your daddy inviting her? Why is anybody in the family inviting somebody that's no longer in your life?
I
It don't make
100%
sense.
agree with that, but
don't make sense.
I 100% agree. But I did see I'm in a situation with a family member who was with a woman for 20 years, and we've
So?
been family with her for
So?
20 years,
So?
and so her children are, my cousins.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's
so-
a long
That's
time.
different.
Though. 20
That's
years.
true.
is
And they got
that's good.
kids.
And
No, we're talking
and
about
we're
we're talking
family.
no kids.
No,
But he
we
got
talking
really
about no
mad
kids.
because we couldn't just cut her off, and it's like
We talking about
Yeah,
no
yeah.
we're
kids.
family.
That's our
Baby,
auntie.
that's
No
angry.
kids.
That's
No kids.
Wait.
Y'all got no ties. Y'all got
No ties.
Y'all, nothing. Y'all have nothing intertwined
Right.
together. Nothing.
Yeah.
So why are you here?
Facts. That
One
matters.
kid is like no kids. But
That's not true.
You know what I'm saying? But you got 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's not
One
true.
kid is like
That's
no
hilarious.
kids, only if it's on the daddy side.
Y'all
That's jacked up.
It's the truth.
That's fucked up.
Only if it's on the daddy side. It's only like that. If it's on the mama side, no, the mama family gonna fuck with it. If that one kid only like no kid on the daddy, unless it's the firstborn grandchild. But we'll talk about okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. Okay, all
Can
right.
you do a diagram? I'm lost.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. I saw a post online that said a guy said that he does not like to hear. He don't like the backhanded compliment of "I love seeing black dads with their kids." He says he feels like that was
That's
like
definitely a backhanded
It
compliment.
is backhanded.
It is.
That's crazy as hell. That's normal.
You should love seeing that.
Yeah.
Like,
But you gotta
Yeah.
think about it too, like as black men in the last, there's an extensive amount of reasons.
right.
But
yes.
we've had a history in the last 30 years or 40 years or so of not being there. I'm a
Agreed.
product of it, you know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is
We are
every
products
one of my friends are a product of it. You know what I'm saying? But I know that me and you had a conversation recently about black fathers, and we are actually in America the most present, and we do the most with our kids out of every other race in America. And I wanna say that I like the fact that I'm seeing us showcase that now. But realistically, if you really think about it, it's because we were all products of what we didn't have.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it is a backhanded compliment because that's not the history of our lineage or history of our culture.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just been a small detour that our culture has taken for very
Ooh.
different
That is a
for
fact.
various different reasons.
No, that's
I absolutely hate it. Only because niggas think that's the bar.
Yeah.
Yo, I got my son. I'm
it's
with
all
my
gotta go.
son. It's more than that. You gotta
Yeah.
nurture,
Right.
teach, put this and that, install this and that. You talk about I'm just with him.
Come on.
And that's a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes
Oh,
be like,
pick
yo,
up their
at
child,
least I
take
got my
pictures
son
and
because you ain't got your, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the standard.
But
Yeah.
on the other hand, I can't teach what was never taught to me. I mean,
Mm.
and that's what the self-development is, right? Because a lot of people use that excuse of, well, I never had, but you got to go out and get that knowledge so that you can grow your village, right?
Yeah.
No,
Whenever
that's
they
a-
make that excuse, I'll be ready to go at them.
Yeah.
Baby, let's
Come on,
Let's sit down real quick. Because you know what? If you're going to keep on justifying your lack of being a father, you're not going to make any progress. And that's going to impact that child and the whole community that's involved with raising that child. You can't continue to let that be your excuse.
Absolutely.
If you were on your last and you needed to find a job, are you not going to get up and try to make something shake, make something work?
Yeah, you are.
So you can't say because I didn't have a father, I completely understand that. Yeah, you probably didn't have a model figure to teach you something, but now there's so many resources, so many people that you can connect with to at least make an attempt to learn how to be present.
These TV shows that showed us what
I'm sorry.
This nigga just said
Wait a minute.
Uncle Phil was real.
Why he don't want me, man?
I think
That was such a sad.
The dope thing I think that happened with black men is that we stopped being cool with bullshit behavior.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know him, right? But let's say we get cool and I find out he's a deadbeat father, he can't be around me.
Yeah.
Which he's not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sure.
And when that happens, men are like, yo, all right, we holding you accountable. I don't even care if your baby mother's the worst baby mother in the history. You gonna maximize all your efforts to try to be there for your child.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
we hold each other to that standard. So I do think that just being with your kid is not enough, of course, right? As a parent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, being there is a step in the right direction.
100%.
So like, based on like the last 30, 40 years of the history that we just had, I'd rather just move in a progressive way.
Yeah.
And I want to see it, and I'm happy that I'm seeing it because the fact that people are thinking in their brain that it's normal for us not to be there is the issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's unfortunate because for me, growing up with an active father in my household, that was my norm. My dad, I cannot tell you a time my dad was not in the house at night when I was going to sleep, or in the morning when I woke up. So when people talk about, the absence of fathers or just, what that looks like, what that experience is, I'd be heartbroken for real. Like, I don't know where my life would be if I didn't have my daddy. If my daddy wasn't, if he was not active, I don't know, girl, because
not without my daddy.
my mama, just my mama. I don't know, baby. I love you, girl. I love you, girl. But she is not, her personality and my personality are so different. Like, she is I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna be a lady until you make me mad. Yeah, she's very feminine. And I don't think that I would be the person that I am today if it was just her raising me. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the world would never know. Before I wanna get into this one. You're dating someone. They have baby mom or baby daddy. You guys been together for a year, some change, whatever. The baby mama wants to add you on Facebook. How y'all feel about that?
She can add him.
Confirm.
She can add me.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Why not?
I think it's different for men.
Kitty, what's the face?
You're going to get what you're looking for. You're
Kitty,
going to get what you're looking for.
That's so violent.
I like that.
what's the face? That eyebrow went up like
You
the
can
rock.
take it either way you get it.
You said she gonna sit in that friend. She gonna sit in friend purgatory.
You were blocked before you found him.
Oh, man. Come on now.
You were blocked. I found you first.
Wait, you dated somebody for a year, because maybe I didn't get it right. You dated somebody for a year,
Yeah.
your baby mama,
They found you on Facebook and wanted to add you.
and you said she was blocked before.
You were blocked
Before you-
And I asked why.
You can't
Because
even
we
ask.
ain't finna do all that. Let me say something. Let me say something.
But it's a baby mama.
Let
You
me
got to
say
build
something.
this
Look,
woman.
no, because I've been through that. That's just what it is, okay? And it's like, look, when you and him got issues, I don't want you hitting me up. When I take the kids
Don't
out
hit me
and
up,
stuff, I
facts.
don't want you to see what I'm doing. When we making big moves, I don't want to be no jealousy because I've lived that and I've seen it.
Yeah.
So now, baby, you pre-blocked, okay? The moment I get your name,
Well, I gotta make a new page, and let me tell you why. I'm gonna make a new page. I'm not gonna add you, but there was a time when my child's father, after we broke up, he was dating, and he would have my son for like a week or whatever, spring break, whatever, and I don't know who's around. I don't know what y'all doing. And at that time, he really had a thing for strippers.
Oh.
No big deal.
Yes, it is.
No big deal. I'm not gonna say anything like that, but I really wanted to know, like, what type of, what type of lifestyle you got around my son, like, what's going on. So I did do a little searching. Now, I didn't add nobody, but I was like, hold on. Okay, she looked like she got a good
we
head
gonna
on her
search.
shoulders.
Yeah.
She looked like she can read. Okay.
Look like she can read. It's crazy.
and then, because I know a lot of people, I'm gonna search it. I'm gonna find the people that know you. Hey,
Hey,
keep up on the radar.
But you know, it's that, keep your, what do you say? Keep your enemies
closer.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna
I want to
confirm.
know what you got going on, who you got around my kids. You feel me?
I do.
Make
I
sure
wanna
that
know
you
your
ain't in no
energy.
vulnerable position where you made a dumbass decision to the point where now this dude might be touching on you, beating on you.
Yeah. And then what? Yeah.
And
I'm
now I
just-
got to get involved, and I'm not even in your household. 'Cause
That
now
is-
you got me involved. I'm like, yo, I'm only going to jail for my kids. in my family at this point in my life.
But only the first two, right? Not the 3, 4,
Hell
5.
no.
You're not gonna.
I think that's why I'm grateful that, like I was saying previously, that my kids are so vocal. Like that's why I'm so grateful. I've always created that space for my kids to be able to just open up.
For sure.
My kids don't hide nothing.
Oh, they ain't playing.
If you said something disrespectful to them,
they
calling me,
Right.
they getting to me in some type of way, and you better hope they don't record you.
Right.
Yeah. But that's what I love because I'm not a hypervigilant person, so I don't want to like keep my mind running on what's possibly happening. Like I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to sit, watch my kids enough. I can make enough observation. I know my children to know when something's off. But my children will always tell me, hey, we don't like this person. We don't like the way they talk to daddy. We don't. And then it's
so
like,
it's
okay,
probably harder with younger children then.
It is.
When
With
they're not
super young kids that can't vocalize anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta listen. That's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
Because, baby,
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
why you touching your pamper? Why you doing this and that?
no.
It's too much.
My baby,
That is another
my
conversation.
baby,
You
my
know,
baby
you
couldn't.
know
To this day, he got full blown conversations at this point. But no, we're not doing all that. Going over here, going over there. I just had to tell my daughters. My daughter texted me yesterday like, "Oh, can I have a sleepover at such and such house?" No, because I haven't met her daddy.
Yikes.
I know her mama, but it's men over there too, and I don't play like that.
Right, who you got around my kids? I don't know your cousins like that. Who
because you'll get kicked right in your motherfucking sternum fucking around with mine.
You know that separate household is too much paranoia.
It's a lot.
You know what I mean?
It is, man. You know what? This was a really good conversation, and we're going to talk more about it next time. You guys, thank you for watching Let's Rant About It. Stay tuned for our next episode. Think about it. Good day.